going on, guys? Welcome back to Chef Bob's Kitchen, Cellucor Nation, everyone else out there following. Today what we're going to be doing, we're going to be making muffins today. Muffins, cupcakes, whatever you want to call them. What will we be using today? Another one of the Cellucor, one of my favorites, the peanut butter marshmallow. Everything that I have out here is all of our ingredients. But first and foremost, we're going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. What I used in the recipe, I have all the dry ingredients already mixed. I used 1 scoop of the whey, 8 grams of the sugar-free, fat-free pudding mix. It helps with the density and the moisture of the final product. Teaspoon of baking soda. I used about, let's see, what is this here? About 2/3 of a cup. It's about 85 grams worth of complete pancake mix. 1 tablespoon of the PB2. It's powdered peanut butter. It just gives it more of a peanut buttery taste, especially with the peanut butter marshmallow. I used 3 Splenda packets to help sweeten it up. And then we'll get to our wet ingredients here. I used 1 tablespoon of Greek yogurt. This is Wegmans. It's my local brand here in Pennsylvania. I used about 1/2 cup of almond milk. And I'm going to use 2 eggs. One of them I'm going to keep whole. So I'll just kind of put this in here, like so. And the other one, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to stiffen an egg white to a firm peak. And now what this does is you'll take an egg white and you'll separate it, as you'll see here. Kind of just go back and forth, get your yolk out of it, as so. And what you do is you just take your mixer, you can use a hand mixer or a stand-up mixer, you put it on a high speed and blend it for about 3 to 5 minutes. And you'll see when you blend it, it will start to kind of slowly rise up. When this happens, we take the final product, the stiffened egg white, we'll take all of our other wet ingredients, which we have here, the milk and the Greek yogurt, with our whole egg, and we'll simply fold it into the mix, and I'll show you how to do that. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start mixing this, and I'll bring the camera back on when it's done, and then fold it in. We'll throw them in the oven for about 20-25 minutes. We'll call it a day. So I'm going to start mixing this, and I'll be back when it's done. And we are done with mixing the egg white. And as you can see in the picture here, it's pretty stiff. It's pretty dang stiff. So what we do is we take a spatula like so, and you can see how it literally sticks to the spoon. That's a folded egg white stiffened to a firm peak. Now we're going to take our regular mix here, which I mixed up with the egg white, with the whole egg, the Greek yogurt, and the milk. And what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to take the folded and stiffened egg white, put it in the final formula like this, and try to get out as much as you can. And what you do is you just simply go around and you fold it into the final mix, as so. It may look like it comes out a little watery or a little soupy. That's going to be just fine, because when this bakes, you'll see what the final product looks like when you put it together, because it will rise a lot more than you expect. So that's the secret behind folding in an egg white, as you can see me do, and stiffening it to a firm peak, because it will make our final product just that much greater. So as I mix this together, I have our oven preheated to 350, as you can see here. And what I'm going to do is take cooking spray and simply just spray these down so that way they don't stick, especially when we bake them. And pretty straightforward. Take your mix, and we're just going to slowly put them right. Fill them about halfway, because if you put them right to the top, these things are going to rise so much that it's going to be way too high for the final product. So, whoop, that one's probably going to be a little bit too big there, but that's alright. That way I can show you what happens when you truly do mess up and you put too much in there. So, I like to spread mine out, that way they don't kind of overlap, but seeing as this makes quite a few muffins, as you can see, you'll see what the final product looks like. And I did calculate everything out, and as you can see, as I did weigh out everything, this comes to about 600 calories for all these muffins. And depending on how big you truly want them, that's up to you. But this is going to make, what is this, 9, 10, about 11 muffins. And believe it or not, each one's going to be under 100 calories. It's going to come out to 10 grams of fat, 75 grams of carbs, and 50 grams of protein for this entire mix. If you wanted to knock off some of that fat, you could use both egg whites without a whole egg. You could stiffen both of them if you wanted to. Personal preference. Other than that, you can leave out some of the fillers, like the sugar-free, fat-free pudding mix, the PB2. Those are just extra calories, but if you have them, especially me in my off-season, it can't hurt. So I'm going to finalize putting up the rest of the batter in there. Trying a little bit, because that peanut butter marshmallow is delicious. We're simply going to toss these in the oven. After 20-25 minutes, we're going to stick it with a toothpick. If any debris comes out, any moisture residue, you know it's not done, so stick it in for a little bit longer. So we're going to gauge for about 20-25. I'm going to cut the camera, and then we'll come back and we'll show you the final product. Alright guys, it's been about 20-25 minutes. So what we're going to do is we're going to take an oven mitt and pick up our muffins. Now you can see which one I overfilled with. You see how that kind of overflows? The other ones, they kind of stay pretty even. So what you do is you take a toothpick and you simply insert it right into the middle of a muffin. And if it comes out clean, like so, even in the big one, you know that they're completely cooked all the way through. If you were to get a little bit of residue or a little bit of watery on it, you can tell it's not fully cooked and there's still a little bit left. Like I said, the entire recipe, which I'll be able to post on YouTube, all of these muffins come out to 600 calories. It is 10 grams of fat, 75 grams of carbs, 50 grams of protein, utilizing the peanut butter marshmallow. So what I do to help them cool off is I just use the toothpick and I kind of just prop them out. And you can see what they look like if you come up close here. Come up close. So you can see as I pop these out what your little muffins look like when they're finished. And as you can see, I got myself 11 of these bad boys, and to polish off all of them in one meal is only 600 calories, believe it or not. So what I would suggest you to do is when you pop them out, let them sit, let them cool for a little bit. If you want to eat them warm, by all means. But if you like to plan ahead, what you can do is you can put these in the fridge, and you can allow them to sit overnight, and they'll be good to go in the morning. And this one's going to be a pain in the butt, so I'm going to have to use my hand for this one to see how big that one truly is. Other than that, Cellucor Nation, up here. Chef Bob, another recipe, peanut butter marshmallow muffins. I hope you guys enjoy. And if you're ever in the muffin cupcake mood, by all means, give it a whirl.